today, or maybe 3 years ago in Adriatics, companies are planning in Excel. So even if they have a certain integrated business planning or consolidation tool, this tool is being used by just a handful of people in controlling department, while the rest of 100 or 200 people who actually do plan things were still living in Excel, right? So this fact, as a consequence, has tons of manual effort, complex process in terms of overhead that's on controlling department, and data quality. So if you would sit in a chair of a head of controlling, probably the most stressful part of the work will be even preparing templates to start the process planning, before anything happened. So this context that they don't have a consolidated data, that you need to extract it, clean it up, add new items and things like that, it would even, kill the energy and the mentality even before they start. The fact is that business context is extremely different. I remember one of the first projects we sold in this area together with our partner was like top 3 brands regionally in Croatian holding company. And they spent like 15 or 20 pages in their annual report explaining the consequences of raw material changes and electricity changes. So this was such a huge event. I would say not happening like once in 10 years, but not happening that often, that you would actually have to describe your owners and the other shareholders, like, how did you manage this situation? 3 years forward, they probably bump into this situation like 5 times a year. And they have to react it. You want to talk about coffee raw material prices, cocoa supply chain challenges, transportation cost raises, electricity, etc., etc. So it became really, really a complex and dynamic environment. And both of these things together with the technology, I would say, really enable the companies that they're all moving in same direction. In some of the cases, this is, as Victoria said, like rolling forecast setup. But then again, some of the companies don't approach it this way, but they're just able to do the scenario planning like 3 times a year if it's required. So it's not like necessarily that everyone is engaging into rolling forecast, or they have pre-quarterly updates or first estimates and last estimates. But nevertheless, the technology, I would say, together with the business context, really helped companies to do these scenarios much, much more easily.